But one thing you trolls lack that I do not lack is being able to analyze any situation and pick it apart. See, I know how to pick a situation apart. How do you think I was able to pick your little plans apart? How do you think I was able to pick your plans apart of how you guys want to get me shut down? To you guys, I'm the next Chris Chan. That's all it is. To you guys, I'm the next Chris Chan. That's all it is.
This is the second video I have done on Cyrax, with this trying to cover some of the more recent events that have transpired in his YouTube career. If you have not watched the first Cyrax video I have done, I suggest you watch that first to get a better look into the earlier days of Cyrax, although that's if you can handle the audio issues that's plagued that video. Sorry again for that, by the way. Anyway, this video will cover some of the things that I've missed out in the previous video, clear things up that may not have been made obvious to some people, as well as detail the most recent happenings from where I left off in the previous video, which was roughly the start of 2021. This may sound like there wouldn't be much content considering it's only a year, but oh boy, does chance get up to a lot. So let's get started with some of the things that may need to be addressed. One thing that has been asked of me since the making of the first Cyrax video was, what is Cyrax's job supposed to be? Cyrax doesn't have a job, only looking after his elderly family, although looking has multiple quotation marks around it. However, what he tries to be online, well, mainly, is a musician, with him releasing multiple songs and rapping often on stream, although, as you likely know, he's not very successful in this endeavour, being bad at rapping and, of course, stealing music. He also attempts to be an e-racer, playing racing games at a supposedly competitive level, although he ends up last in every game he plays. He also makes videos on YouTube, although never has enough subscribers to be monetized because of his constant deleting of his channels. Something I also missed out of the first part, mainly due to the unreliability of Chance's word, is the story of Blind Billy, a kid from his high school. However, it is quite a big part of the Cyrax story, so I feel like it is important to add here to make it more complete. On a panel with Tange, a completely real girlfriend of Chance's, Cyrax brought up a story of when he was graped by one of his best friends of the time by the name of Billy, a kid who was blind. As a result of this, Cyrax was expelled from school and nearly sent to a juvenile school, as he was the eldest of the two. You may be able to tell this story doesn't make any sense, as Cyrax, the innocent party in this matter, was expelled, which wouldn't really happen in this situation. Plus, Blind Billy is, well, blind, which, whilst not impossible, makes it a bit more unlikely, doesn't it? Cyrax later changed the story to where he was moved for his own safety, not because he was expelled. Blind Billy would eventually come on to Marty's show and told his side if the story, where he essentially tells the same story but flipped, and does honestly make more sense than Chance. That's pretty much where the segment ends, as nothing else is brought up, but it is an ongoing thing brought up to insult Chance to show off one of his likely misdeeds. Now onto the main part of the video. I want to start from where I left off in the last video, roundabouts at the time Chance was catfished by a woman named Kate of a channel called Masshold Reports. In the last video, I didn't talk about this that much in depth, likely making it sound like it was a brief event that wasn't a big deal. But this is far, far from the truth. "Your turn, cutie" would begin to become a large saying at the time, with this being a quote from Cyrax in the chat log to what he believed to be a 14-year-old girl of descending himself. Another large event during this time was that Marty and Chance had become allies, with Marty clearly giving true and honest support to Chance throughout this whole ordeal, defending him and spending time on stream with him, a big mix-up to their rivalry. Anyway, back to Kate, Chance's biggest enemy of the beginning of 2021. The result of the catfishing was obviously extremely detrimental to Cyrax. People aren't really that fond of pedo folks, you know. People such as Rick Crude and another called Skxrface weren't too happy about Cyrax's antics and came on to different panels to threaten Chance about the things he has done. Of the two of these streams, the Rick Crude one is more interesting, with Chance at first telling people not to come to his house in order to keep his family safe, but within the course of around an hour he dropped this act and instead encouraged Rick to come to his house so Chance could show off some premeditated self-defense.
The fact that at a lot of points in my life, and even still, I do have trouble with, like, say, like, you know, a lot of the times I don't really think before I do shit. Like, a lot of the times, like, I'll do something and not think about it. And that was one of those times where, like, I wasn't thinking when I was doing that. And ultimately, look what happened. You know, this is a situation like...
Sorry, so you were on the phone for like an hour. You had so many opportunities to...
Right, and, you know, and that's the thing, though, Marty. That's how I am. I don't always think before I do things. And that is something that I am working on. Who is this? Dude, stop it, dude.
Cyrax.
I'd love to see you try that, motherfucker. I would love to see you try.
Probably shouldn't Cyrax, I would not threaten Rick Crude right now. He is actually the mecca of manhood. He has that trademarked. I would not threaten Rick Crude. That's
Let
not
me
a
tell
good
you
idea.
right now, dude.
Cyrax, this is not how you treat the goons.
That's off and leave me alone, dude.
Cyrax, I would just ignore the goons so we can get the goons called off. You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's not a good way to interact with the goons. Like if you want me to call off the goons, like they're not gonna want to call it off.
Honestly, Kate, I want you to call them off right the fuck now and quit this crap. Okay? I admit what I did was wrong.
Okay,
Hey,
but we're mediating right now, Cyrax. I'm trying to work with you, bro. I'm trying to work with you.
Kate, I'm telling you right now, okay? I get what I did was wrong, okay? I admit that. I shouldn't have done what I did. I understand that, and I get that. But right now,
okay, now I'm trying to understand, Cyrax. I gotta put if I gotta put this to bed, then I need to intellectualize it. I need to understand.
Right now, Kate, my family's lives are in fucking danger.
I'm aware of that, Cyrax. I'm aware of that.
You go to my house with the intent to kill. I have every right and reason to defend my house. So you show up here ready to fucking shoot and kill. Your ass is a fucking dead man, boy. You're a dead man, Rick. That ain't no joke. You show up at my fucking house
right now,
ready to fucking kill. Let's go.
He needs business, Cyrax. He needs business.
You ain't gonna do shit.
More consequences of the catfishing would show themselves in an assassination attempt on his life, according to Chance, which, of course, is very real and should never ever be doubted. Sadly, throughout May of 2021, Marty and Chance's amazing friendship would be tested numerous times, with Marty leaking some information about Chance, with this causing one of the first major rifts in their relationship. However, Chance was undeterred and would repair his friendship with Marty, trying to convince him that Schmecklecat and Tange were manipulating him and stopping him from being the great man he can be. The reconciliation brought about them doing a stream together where they talked about romance, with Marty asking some pretty good questions that Chance didn't like so much because he couldn't answer them.
Yeah, alright, so here's another one. Where is the clitoris? And I know Cyrax knows what the clitoris is.
Oh my god, dude. Are you fucking... Dude, are you guys... Bro, what the... Wow. Y'all
Come on, guys.
Oh my... Dude, anybody with half a fucking brain can tell you that shit, you fucking moron. What, dude? Oh my god, hold up, bro. Yo, I gotta bounce, man. I'm cracking up here.
Alright, Cyrax. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait.
However, the relationship really deteriorated in June, with the first nail in the coffin being Marty wanting to sell a website due to not getting any money from it due to Cyrax not being profitable. Tange, wanted to buy this website for $5. However, Cyrax was not happy with this, thinking that Kate, his mortal enemy of the time, would get the website off of Tange, who was not teamed up with Chance and Marty. Thus, this made Chance lose a lot of faith in Marty. Not long after, the two's friendship finally ended again, which would end up in the Truman Show stream, which I covered at the end of the previous video on Cyrax. Whilst this was a massive rift in the relationship, it only officially ended in September when Cyrax made it public that he was officially cutting ties with Marty.
Why the fuck would I want to be friends with someone like you that's fake? I watched your video, and to be honest, you were being fake nice. And I'm telling you right now, if you ever, and I do mean ever, think about using my likeness or face or anything that I own on any of your garbage, me and my family will sue you. You do not own my likeness. That contract that the vendor boys got, you didn't buy that. You did not buy that from them.
This is a truly heartbreaking moment for all of us, as we know how close and good this friendship was. But, in all honesty, it was an interesting change in dynamic between the two. But what can beat their existing back and forth? The breakup between the two led to a trend of Chance quitting YouTube over and over again due to the extreme levels of bullying he had received from the trolls. I covered his tendency to delete his channels and quit YouTube in the last video, and this remains the truth in 2021. Between July and September of 2021, Cyrax quit 6 times, with these videos all being remarkably the same, often starting off with Chance fake crying, talking about how the trolls ruined his life and how he is innocent despite doing what he did, before threatening the trolls and sometimes even rapping, clearly something that destroys the trolls and makes Chance look incredibly intelligent. One of these videos was actually somewhat different, with Chance losing a friend by the name of Sean because of the whole pedophile situation. His first video on Sean was meant to be sympathetic, being one of his quitting videos. However, he quickly dropped this act in the second video, instead threatening to attack his YouTube channel because he had stopped being friends with him. It's safe to say their friendship was not saved by Chance's actions. August 1st, 2021 should be an incredibly notable date for many of you interested in this kind of content, with this being the date that Christian Weston Chandler was arrested on suspicion of committing hanky-panky with his dear old mother, Barbara. To everyone, this is a clear-cut, disgusting action that Chris did, but it's being acknowledged this is an action Chris mostly performed without trolling interference and out of his own free will. Well, Cyrax defended Chris using himself as a comparison. Not with the hanky-panky of course, but with being a lolcow. In the same video that I used in the intro, where Cyrax questions whether he is an ex-Christian, he defends Chris, although mostly talks about himself and Marty. Not actually that much about Christian. This makes a lot of sense actually, with him having Marty as his Clyde Cash, his arch nemesis, and having an ego too large to actually talk about the matter at hand and instead just talk about himself, something that Chris is notable for. I could go on and on about this, but I'll just leave it as it is to keep the flow of this video going. Also in this video about Christian, Chance's head scabs are becoming very noticeable, becoming another point of his looks that trolls have picked up on and have begun making fun of him with. This is obviously all his fault, with him picking his head, something trolls have also joked about by mimicking it. This isn't really a great look, along with the skullet that he is rocking, and seems to be a problem that is only worsening, but I guess it is what it is, tubes. In October, Chance's pedophile ways would put him in the most trouble he had seen yet, with the predator catcher Chris Hansen making a video on him.
What do you mean by Cyrax? Chance. Chris Hansen here of Hansen versus Predators. To catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen, I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there. Been going through some transcripts and I see some disturbing things online. You don't want to be the target of one of my investigations, Chance. Cut it out. Clean it up. Behave yourself. I'll be watching and I'll see you soon on the TV. And right now on my YouTube channel, I have a seat with Chris Hansen with new Predator investigations. Don't be in them.
Chance, not being able to detect that this video was paid for with it being a cameo, made a response to Hansen trying to convince him that he is not a paedophile and was instead set up by trolls so it doesn't count, which really highlights his intelligence as Chris Hansen and his team back in the TCAP days never ever catfished predators. However, since Chris Hansen obviously had nothing to do with this, nothing more happened with this situation. The rest of Chance's 2021 was more of the same, getting angry at trolls, turning against people, and being cheated on, which makes it sound more interesting than it actually was. However, on Christmas Day, Marty was streaming with a bunch of other people. Chance, seeing this, decided to come onto the panel. However, his arrival did not bring in any fanfare, with Marty being sick of Chance and his antics, not even wanting to humour him. Cyrax, someone who loves being the centre of attention, was angered by this and decided to verbally fight with the other members of the panel, with him growling for some reason and being beaten with his own tactic of speaking over the other person to attempt to win an argument. In my opinion, this was one of the best Cyrax panel streams.
So, I hear someone was talking shit on me, huh?
Cyrax.
Now, Marty, I got a deal for you. Marty, why don't you put these two backstage? Let's talk business, man. All right? See, you want to make money off me, right? Let's be honest here. You want to make money off my face, right?
Hey,
Let's
sorry,
be honest here.
how much money have you made over the past 13
Hold
years?
on. Hear me out, Marty.
$5.81.
Marty, hear me out. Hear me out on this, right? Because this is worth. Hold on. Hear me out for a second, bro. Just shut your mouth and hear me out. You want to make bank.
No.
I want to make bank, right? Let's work together, bro, because think about this. You're good at marketing shit. Even though you've done a lot of shady shit, I will give you credit. You are damn good when it comes to marketing.
Why do you want my attention?
Hold on. Just
Why
hear
do
me
you
out.
chase my attention?
Marty, just hush. Hear me out. See, you're good at marketing. You're good at creating shit. Think about this, Marty. You want to make money. Hold on, Marty. Just shut up and hear me out, bro. You want to make money off of my face. Because let's face it, Marty. Let's face it, dude. We all know that I'm the one that you're after.
Cyrax, how much money have you made off of your face?
No matter what.
How much money have you made off of your face, Cyrax?
Wow, really? Marty, just stop fucking putting me backstage and hear me the fuck out, dog.
How much money have you made off of your face?
Well, because of you, douchebags.
Yeah,
nothing.
Of course.
Because of you, dumb fucks, nothing. But I can easily change all that, Marty.
Chance, did you know that it's disrespectful to ask a woman her age?
Yeah, hang out with druggies. Yeah, hang out with druggies. Nah, shut the fuck up, Tony. You're
no, you shut the fuck up.
By the way, Tony,
I was brought. Oh my god.
Suck my dick. Yeah,
go to hell, Chance.
Because you're a piece of shit.
Listen here, you son of a bitch. I'm not a pedophile. You idiot. You insignificant little mole. I will test you, Chance Wilkins. Do not defy me.
You're a bitch.
You want the dragon? You got it, Chance. Turn around. Turn around, Chance. Turn around. Look behind you.
I ain't afraid of no demon.
I
kill demons for a living.
Ego Balidon. Isu Alafal. Mekanur. Indakunalaman.
Back to hell from
Abagodalamanesh.
And as for you, witness, why the fuck you running your mouth about me? I ain't done shit to you. So why the fuck you gotta run your bitch ass mouth about me? I ain't done shit to you. Matter of fact, weren't you the bitch that defended me? Oh wait, you sound just like Juggalo 972.
Can I speak?
No. I ain't no
No, I'm gonna speak over top of you because I can't hear past all the
You're a
screaming.
bitch.
Okay, that's fine.
See,
And
here's
you're the one
thing.
sticking shit up your ass. And that's why there's a Kiwi farm forum of you sticking shit up your fucking ass, clamping your fucking cock, spreading your fucking sheets for everybody to see on Kiwi farms, and that's what's so unfortunate. I empathize with the cripple. I empathize with you. I empathize with you because I thought you were a sad disabled person on the internet. And then I realized over time, after looking at Kiwi farms, I'm like, wow, maybe Marty had a point about you. And that's fine because everyone feels sorry for you because you live a really sad fucking life. And then you abuse your grandma. You apparently raped a blind kid in high school. I don't have any loyalty to a liar, so you can keep calling me names. And I know you're a very sad person. You've got a very sad life. And I empathize with you because I empathize with people who have sad lives. And that's what it is. It is very sad that you're projecting your depression onto us because you really want attention. And that's why you showed up on Marty's channel tonight. You just really missed him. And that's the only real attention that you receive is this negative attention. And you're addicted to it. You're addicted to the negative attention. And you could do so much better. You really could.
At the start of the new year, Chance was going for a new, better him, where he would back away from the internet and the trolling and become a better person because of it. Within minutes of saying this, he then goes on about how he's going to kill the trolls. Sally, Chance's mother/grandmother, heard this and told Chance to shut up, which led to a mini shouting match off camera where Sally destroys him through stating the truth, saying he does absolutely nothing, although he tries to defend himself by saying he does a lot as he is defending the family, which is very far from the truth. This led to yet another channel deletion, although, just like he always does, he came back soon after. But this did not stop him from saying he was going to quit again, literally days after, showing his inability to actually back away from the trolls.
What? Yeah. You told me to throw it in the dryer. Yeah, you told me to throw it back in the dryer. No, you told me to throw it on 60 in the dryer. That's what I did. Oh, yes, I did. Marie, you want to bring it in the bedroom? Remember?
I'm talking about your comfort. But I had to put on 60.
Yeah, I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, but we took that all right up and I had to get it out for the other.
You know, these motherfuckers that are fucking with our family need their heads checked. Not me. Not right now. I'm trying to get these motherfuckers sentenced. They need to leave me the fuck alone and our family alone. Protecting our family is more important, thank you. Mom, Stowe ended up in the fucking hospital because of this guy. How do we know that we're how do we know that we're not next? You need to think about that. Scully's in the fucking hospital with a bullet in his goddamn brain right now. How do we know that we're not next? How do you fucking know? How do you know? It ain't a game, Mom. It's not a fucking game. No, we're not friends in the goddamn hospital right now. The best thing I can do is call these motherfuckers out. That's the best thing I can do. That's what you fucking think. I know a lot more than you fucking think. I protect this goddamn family from those assholes, which is more than what anybody else does. Oh, yes, it does. I do a lot fucking more than you fucking think. So fucking what? I still do something. I keep these assholes off our fucking path. And you don't think I don't know that? You don't think I don't know that? Why do you think I'm trying to get these assholes to back off? I'm trying. But these assholes keep doing this shit.
Throughout January, despite backing away from the trolls, Chance would be insistent on trying to get onto Marty's streams, despite him still not wanting to have anything to do with him. When Chance would be allowed on, he would try and convince others of Marty's evil and would flash in order to try and get his channel taken down and or sue him, neither of which took place. However, these appearances on Marty's show would lead the two of them into agreeing to have a fight in real life, with Chance being very adamant on this occurring. Despite all this talk, this resulted in nothing, with Chance being too scared to fight, but that's to be expected. However, something that did come out of this, well, kind of, was a video called Proof Marty is Obsessed, where he talked about how he supposedly went looking for Marty and calls him obsessed because Marty has a true and honest attraction to him.
Marty did not show up when I went out looking for him, which essentially makes him a coward. But that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to prove that Marty is an obsessed fucking monster that wants to ruin my life. Now, these things I'm about to show you are actual legitimate screenshots sent to me by his ex personally. This is a conversation between his ex and him, and this is exactly what she told him. If I can't make that bank, he is my personal property. He is my slave. He belongs to me. Because I always get my way. I don't just want his activities and like the stuff I do for money. I want everything about him, everything, every part of him, and I will stop at nothing. We belong together forever, till death do us part. He should just accept his fate. We can live a great life together. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. Now, this is where things get disturbing, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder what he tastes like. I made a move on him by asking him to show me how to make a marker disappear. When he rejected him, I lost my cool. He isn't just my employee, but he is my lover. We don't always get along, but it doesn't matter. Because I always get my way. I don't just want his money. I want everything, yada, yada, yada. I wonder what it tastes like. I mean, sometimes I wonder what that Billy dude had that I didn't. These are all legit text messages from his ex. These are all from his ex. So Marty, you, my friend, are an obsessed little bitch that needs to be locked up.
One small but interesting gem from just after this event was when Cyrax turned incredibly libertarian, randomly going off on one of his streams about how the government is unnecessary and that we shouldn't pay taxes in a way that shows he's absolutely knowledgeable about this certain subject. Later that day he would come onto Marty's stream to enlighten Marty, calling him asleep and showing off some genius level math skills to prove his point about how bad taxes are.
Alright, so Marty, let's just get right to the point here, right? Like, I wanna prove a point to not only like help you, but everyone in general, because I do have a point with this. How much, like, alright, first off, I'm not asking like your actual address, but like, what's your area code? Like your zip code. I need to know, because there's a point to this. What's your area code?
Like my zip code?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a pretty personal question. Cyrax, why do you ask?
Just trust me, dude. There's a point to it. It'll play into all this. Just trust me.
I don't know, Cyrax.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better. How much money would you say that you make in an average, like say an average day?
Like about
Like,
$5.
how much would you say you make an hour?
I'd say about 3 cents an hour, thereabouts.
3 cents an hour?
Well, yeah, it's still more than you make in your music.
That's besides the point. Like, be real. Like, for your actual job outside of YouTube, like outside of this, what do you actually like? How much do you actually make outside of YouTube? Not counting YouTube as a job. I'm talking regular 9 to 5 job. How much do you average make?
I mean, it's not a ton of money. It's between 20 and 25.
All right, so say about $28.25, right? And how much would you say you make in a month?
I mean, okay, let's call it $4,000.
All right, so $4,000 is 4,000. All right, and taxes usually average out to about what, $2? Like per spending, like, all right, in a month, how much would you say you spend in taxes?
I'm not entirely sure. You tell me, tax man.
All right, so let's say you make about, all right, so hang on. That equals out to about $115,400 a month. And taxes usually are about, let's see, they're usually about $163 a month. So times 160, let's just do it this. All right, yeah, let's say 169 flat out, just to be. So in average, if you did not pay tax, if you kept every single dime that you make per month, you time this number I'm about to show you. Let's go 365. That's about your average per month right there. The larger number times 365 a year, right? Because 365 days in a year.
There are 365 days in a year.
That's how much you could be walking away with if you didn't pay taxes. If you saved up your money and did not pay taxes, that's how much you could be walking away with, dude.
That looks like it's like over $1 billion.
Exactly. But this is just a flat out question for the both of you guys to think about, all right? For the both of you guys. Matter of fact, for anyone. You guys bust your ass for that money. You work your asses off every day for that shit, right? Why should you have to pay somebody else money that you fucking busted your ass for and you earned? You earned that money, not them. Why should you pay them for something that you busted your ass for? Think about that. You guys earned that money, not them. That's not their money. That's your fucking money. They didn't fucking earn that money. They're not in the trenches doing your job. No, hold on, Marty. Hold on. I'm still at a point here, man. They're not working your job. They're not doing what you do. So why should you pay a bunch of lazy fat fucks that aren't doing nothing but sitting on their asses all fucking day, lining their pockets with the money?
Starks, when you call the police, for example, like the police need to come by and protect you. Like it's what they do. You know, your food stamps come from taxes. Like, do you want to give up those things?
Explain something. Part of that is true, but a very, very small part of that, I'd say about maybe 1 to 2% goes to that shit. You know where the rest of it goes, Marty? To their fucking pockets.
Sadly, on the 19th of March, 2022, Marty revealed on stream that Cyrax had passed away in hospital from sepsis. However, some anonymous person would not let Cyrax's name rest in peace and would create an AI of Cyrax and puppet this version around of him on streams. As you likely know, Cyrax isn't actually dead. This was just a ploy because he had left YouTube and was instead creating content on Facebook. However, what makes this so funny is that he did such a poor job of trying to convince everyone that he was actually alive. And whilst I understand this was always a losing battle for Chance, he doesn't actually do what was requested, like reading out sports scores.
So, what's this in here about me being dead? Clearly I'm alive. Clearly.
What the
Like,
Whoa.
Dude, I've been alive this whole fucking time, bro. I've just been away from YouTube, living my normal life, away from the bullshit. Nothing wrong with that. So to whoever is sitting there saying that I'm dead, fuck you. For the record, quit making up fucking lies about me. Clearly I'm alive, okay? So shut the fuck up and quit making up lies about me, bro.
Can you say
Shut the fuck up, dude. I don't have fucking time for this. Because unlike your desperate fucking ass, I have a real fucking life to live, okay? So fuck you and fuck anyone that thinks I'm dead. What's the matter, Marty?
Well, please do something. People are saying this is an old pre-recorded stream.
So clearly, you pathetic piece of shit, I'm alive. All it is that you're fucking desperate. You can't handle the fact that I'm up here and you're down here. You're desperate, motherfucker. So my advice to you, shut the fuck up. Leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck off YouTube and get a life, you fat fucking ugly ass bald bitch. So if I were you, I'd fuck off. You pompous ass little bitch.
Can you say the date? No, okay. I mean, this is just like all the other ones before.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat was saying this was like one of those clips that was playing before a fight with Schmeckel, and it did seem kind of familiar. But like, who would have the talent to like put all these together and shit?
I don't know if Sally and Ed are commandeering his social media accounts just to keep the enterprise alive. If I could get confirmation or a video saying today's date is March 12th and Princeton won by exactly 4 points, then okay. I mean, how many videos could... It would be better if he gave the exact score, because he'd have to make like hundreds of videos to cover all the outcomes.
This eventually relented when Cyrax returned to YouTube, although Chance's anger did not stop, but did change its form, with him wanting Marty to pay him $1,500 for all the content he has done on him. Not much else would happen, other than a couple of confrontations with Gothy, a woman who's constantly methed up and isn't really that interesting by herself or in the Cyrax verse. However, something that is more interesting is that Cyrax was swatted around the 19th of April. Normally in my videos, I don't mention swattings because they go too far and don't actually produce anything interesting. Although what is different with this one is that the footage of the swatting is readily available to watch. So when Cyrax came into panels and was talking about how he had numerous guns pointed to his head, people can completely dispute this through evidence, although obviously this has no effect on Chance. Reality has no meaning to him. This is pretty much the last thing to have happened with Cyrax, with him repeating over and over the same thing over and over again. A funny moment that happened in May of 2022 was that the Wilkins household received a wellness check from the trolls, with him finding this out live on stream. Now, this isn't really too interesting by itself, however at the end of the stream, Chance sharts, Ethan Ralph style, and thus has to end the stream really quickly.
And I'll be straight up honest, if I wanted to, I could delete this channel tomorrow and start a brand new channel, and within 2 months, hell, maybe even a few weeks, I can make a whole new channel and have well over 1,000 subs within minutes. And I've proven that I can do that. And I have done it. Oh shit, y'all guys, it's storming out. Gotta go. Love you guys.
The last piece of information that has come from the Cyrax verse that really needs to be addressed is that the second Heather, the one notable for having the loving kiss with Chance, recently passed away, leaving yet another person in the Cyrax verse to die, which is really strange, but it is what it is, tubes. I don't believe Chance has even really commented on this, despite it happening almost a month before the writing of the script happened, but as we know, their relationship just wasn't real, and neither of them actually cared about it. This is where this video will leave off. Cyrax will repeat the same things over and over again, failing to succeed in any way, with it being well known how little money Cyrax has made. For a continuous viewer, or well, at least for me, Cyrax is an incredibly boring man on his own, with an incredibly dull cast of characters surrounding him. What really makes Cyrax so interesting is Marty. This feud is so incredibly beautiful and full of content, basically being a Tom and Jerry dynamic. Cyrax can never win, and nor is he smart enough to come anywhere close to winning, so he will continue to fail and look like an idiot whilst Marty leads him along and laughs at him. So praise be to Music Biz Marty, the true king of Cyrax content. Thanks everyone for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I apologise for how long it took for this video to come out. Going through Cyrax videos takes a long time, with a lot of the videos being long because they're from streams and not actually being useful in any way, so I hope you can understand the difficulties in researching this. Down in the description below you can find my Twitter account, where I mostly just retweet lolcow information whenever I find it, and also the occasional tweet. Also, I stream every Friday and Saturday at 11 o'clock GMT, as well as occasionally on the weekdays if I ever feel like it and have something to talk about. But, once again, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.